Hey, what's up? It's Jeff over at Immortal Prince, and today we're going to be sublimating on these bad boys. And once we're done with this, you'll be styling and profiling. Woo! And all your customers will be pounding at your door to get a pair. And you're going to learn all of this right now. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. But first, let me just say that all this information that I'm giving you is 100% free. And the only thing that I ask of you is to give that thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. This way you could stay updated on all the videos that come out next. Okay? Are you ready? Did you do it? Did you do it? I'll wait. You sure? You did it. You did it. See? You did it. Now we're going to proceed. So here we are at the computer, and this is the template that you will receive. If you just click below in the description, this will be available. I will also be including the side view, so if you want to print on the side of the socks. But right now we're going to be working with these. So it's going to be a little bit of a setup. Let's say you're not working with a sock that has a heel, a black heel or a black toe. You want to just switch that around. Today we will be working with it, but that's not really going to matter. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to take the toe and you're going to take the main portion of the sock and you're going to weld it together. Now you're going to take a box and you're going to place it around this part. You're going to take the eyedropper tool and you're going to just match them up. Then you're going to go to the outline pen tool and you're going to take away the outline, no outline. Then we'll just weld these two together. So you have this selected, shift and click. Now you're going to weld these together. Then you'll just delete this section right here. Now why didn't we just do that in the first place? I'll tell you why. Because if you just delete this section, you'll put a hole in it, and so there's a little bit of a process, but you can actually just rewind it and go back and check it out. So the difference is, the thing is that we want to keep this section clear so you can print. Like, this is the print section and this is the bleed section. So everything that's inside this rectangle right here is going to be printed. Everything that's on the outside, you don't mind if it doesn't get printed. But if you're working with letters or a picture, you're kind of going to want to be in this rectangle right here. You want to be, everything in here will get printed. This is the safe zone, and this is the bleed. But today we're doing an all over print, so we don't have to worry about a bleed or anything, because I just want the whole sock. So I can basically delete this and use it just like that. So on the next page, I already have that set up. The only thing I did was I shortened the sock, because we are working with some short socks, like, you know, ankle socks. So basically all I did was grab everything and shorten it up, and I made sure to keep it at like 12.5. So that's what we're working with, 12.5 right there. And this is the design that we're going to be doing today. Cute little kitty. And what I did was I just kind of shrank them down. And I duplicated a couple of times by hitting the plus key, and I moved it into various positions and whatnot. And this is what I came out with. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this. What I did was I grabbed all of them and I combined them. I grouped them, Control G. And we're going to just drop this right on the side, right where you want it, right there. But first, let's create the color of the sock. So I'm just going to take a square and I'm going to turn it to the color I want. And I'm probably going to do like a teal, cyan type color. What we're going to do is we're going to put it inside this rectangle. We're going to put this color inside here. And we're going to just go to Objects, go to Power Clip, place inside frame. And there you go. And we're just going to edit Power Clip, move it up so it's all covered, and click that. And that's going to be the color of the sock. We're going to do that again. You could basically just duplicate it, move it over, and do it, but I already grabbed the rectangle tool. So we're going to just do it again, quick and simple. You're going to go to Object, Power Select, Power Clip Select, place inside frame, and you're going to put it right in there. You're going to edit. You're going to go to Edit Power Clip. You're going to just move it up, and you're done editing that. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw it right where I want it. And I don't mind if it bleeds out a little bit because I kind of want it to go to the edges. And you could actually just duplicate this if you want, or you could drag and drop from the other page. But say I duplicate it and I just slide it over and put it right there. So that's the socks. There goes the socks. Basically completed the design. And one thing you got to remember is that while you're when you do sublimation, you have to mirror the image. You have to flip the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the whole thing and we're going to flip the image, because you definitely need that done. Don't forget that, because if you, let's say you put a name or something and then you print it out just like that, then the name is going to be backwards when you actually go to press it. So you want to flip that image and the name will come out the way it's supposed to. So now we're going to set this up for print. So I'm going to go to I usually like to go to print preview to make sure that everything is good. And I am working in a currently this is like a 13 by 19. So we're gonna go to print preview, and you can see that the way I have it set up right now, it's not gonna work. It's just too big for the page. So I'm gonna go to settings, I'm gonna go to general, I'm gonna go to preferences, and I'm gonna change it in my advanced. The thing is that I do have a setting that's already made called Sublimation 1, and what works for me is I go to Epson Matte, and I go to Epson Matte, and everything else is good. Just leave it the way it is. Actually, no. I change it to a custom setting, and basically I just put the size that the paper that I'm working with. Hit OK. Apply. Hit OK. Remember, see, I have 6 pages, but we don't want the 6 pages. We want to make sure. I've done that before, so we want to do current page. Just make sure everything looks good. Hit apply. OK. And that looks good. And that's the way it's going to print out. So let's print this out and see what we're working with. Okay, here we are back at the printer again, ready to turn your ideas into reality. And, you know, while we're at it, remember to do a nozzle check, because you don't want to print something out and the next thing you know, it turns out that you had a clogged printer and you didn't know it until the last minute. But if you do have a clogged printer, click the link above and that'll take you to my video on how to unclog your printer the easy way. So let's get to the print. What I'm using is my Epson printer with a CIS, continuous ink system, filled with sublimation ink. So you need ink that is made for sublimation, and that will, a link to that will be in the description. And I have some paper, special paper. It's like a transfer paper. Link to that will be in the description as well. So let's get this print going. Now when you use this paper, you want to make sure that you print on the white side, because there's a side with writing on it. That's not the side you want. You want to print on the white side. Okay, let's load up the printer. And let's get that print going. Can you take any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises, you know I'm too. Now that we have our print, the print is nice and clear, it's pretty. You could tell that it's going to be a nice pair of socks. So now that we have it, let's take it to the press. And this is where the action really begins. So here we are at the shop, and if you come over here, we have the design set up. So here's the printed design. Now what you're going to need, since we're doing straight socks, you're going to need a jig. Now, there'll be a link in the description where you can get this. But just to let you know that you could actually make this if you want out of cardboard. You just about 4.5 inches wide, and you just go as tall as a tall sock. So let's just say, you know what? Come over here. We'll measure it out real quick. So 25 inches. So 4.5 by 25, that'll work. Just gonna cut this design. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the sock on the jig. Now we can, if we were printing sideways on the side, just on one side, like let's say you're going to put a name right here, we would use this. So this way, it's just printing on that one side. But since we're printing on the front and the back, we're going to do this jig. So basically you're going to put it on. And you want this centered, you want this You'll see a line. You can tell that there's a line there from the way the sock was folded. And you kind of want to get this flat because the heel has a tendency to fall over. So you want to pull it up and get it nice and flat. And we're going to do the same thing. For the other side. Just want to try to get it as straight as you can and as centered as possible. Okay, now that we have it straight, we're going to throw some of this spray tack to get it to stick, the paper to stick to the sock. And there'll be a link in the description as well. And we're just going to do a little dab. And now we're going to just put that down there. Right there. Okay. Take that to the press. Now, on the press, you want to have it at 400 degrees and run it for about 60 seconds. I have it at 65. I don't know. I just kind of like to feel like a couple of 5 extra seconds, you know, that makes a difference to me. You could actually just run it straight. Some people do. Some people will put parchment paper over it. I run it straight. If you're running a lot of ink on your paper, then you're gonna want to cover it. And we're at medium. We're at light to medium pressure for 60 seconds. Now, while that's doing that, I'll come back over here and get the other one ready. Now keep in mind that you can't sublimate on black, so this will stay black and everything else will be covered. It's almost go time, so just waiting on that. Feel like it's like New Year's. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yay! So you want to just take this off in one sweep. One full sweep. And there you have it. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. You want to do the other side. The other side is pretty plain. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this cool down for a second because this is pretty hot to the touch. And let that cool down. We're going to hit this side. We're going to hit this one. We're going to do the same thing. Drop it in here. You could actually do both of these. You could have done both of them at the same time. Remember, 400 degrees, 60 seconds. That's the magic number. And we're going to set up this next one. Set this next one. Here. Now what you want to do is, this way you don't have any edges, you want to kind of move. You want to kind of pull the sock over the edge a little bit. This way, you kind of close off the edges. You don't really want any white lines. So I'm gonna pull it up a little bit. Hold on one second. Let's get this one out. Let's let that cool down. Continue what we're doing over here. Getting those edges over. You want it to come over a little bit. I'm just going to pull it over. And the other side. And as you do it, the more you do it, the faster you'll become at it. And these socks are particularly tight. Usually they pull pretty quick, like that. Alright, so we're kind of pulled over on all sides. Now, I'm going to use the spray once again. Line them up.
Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
So there you have it, custom sublimated socks. You can add that to your arsenal. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to write them down below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. See you in the next video.